And welcome back to World of Warships with your host, X-Brad TC. And yeah, we haven't done a video in a while because, I just haven't been having very good experience. I mean, I'm playing a lot, I'm winning a lot, but nothing really spectacular. 2-3 kills a game. I might live, I might die. But today, we're following Grump wagon in the mighty Tier 8 German battleship, the Bismarck. As best I recall, Grump picked this up in the Bismarck Challenge that went on this month. I'm grinding my way to the Bismarck. I've already got the Tier 7 Nisa now. I did not manage the challenge. Just ran out of time. But here we go. Grump is on the board with 8,000 damage. German battleships. Man, what can I tell you? At Tier 8, the Americans have the North Carolina with 9 16-inch guns. Bismarck has 8 rounds out at the hood. But I will tell you something. Everybody knows this. The dispersion on German main battery guns is unbelievable. And the other thing too is the Germans have a relatively short range. I think he's what's he got, 21 kilometer range. My North Carolina has a 27 kilometer maximum range. Now if I shoot at something at 27 kilometers, I might get one hit, depending on presuming I aimed well. No, what the Bismarck is famous for is what you see here. The secondary batteries are formidable. I don't know how Grump has this particular ship decked out. But, yeah, the secondary batteries pump out a lot of lead. What's interesting is, watching this, Grump's not hitting anything. He has not scored a secondary battery hit yet. And yet, there we go, finally.
We've sunk an
all
enemy
that
destroyer.
shooting down range, and finally he gets 2 hits. He gets the close quarters expert, finishing off the destroyer. Quick turn, get away from the torpedoes the destroyer launched, pitch back into the fight, see what needs to be done next. And I know the results of this battle. Grump sends me the pictures and the scores and everything. Not exactly sure how the flow goes. I don't spend a lot of time watching these. In fact, when I set it up to record the video, I actually went outside and enjoyed the day. Still, rounds out. Come on, shoot. There we go, rounds out. What is that? He's shooting at the hood? Yeah, look at that. The dispersion is terrible on the Bismarck. It gets better at closer ranges, but you cannot camp in a Bismarck. It's just, there's no way that you can sit back at 15, 20 kilometers and add in. Now, you might camp in the back and serve as a reserve and be able to influence the battle in the later stages. And you certainly don't want to go charging forward, mixing it up in the destroyers and cruisers in the very early stages of the battle and just throwing away all your health. But, yeah, you're not going to be the long-range sniper in a German battleship. They're brawlers. You want to angle the armor, get in close. You want to stay right about at the maximum secondary range, because that's where your guns start doing good. And there we go. First kill. He's only done 12,000 damage, but he's got a kill. notice the secondaries are going off. He has a little bit more success. Yeah, he's starting to get hits with the secondaries. Main battery rounds when penetrating deals some good damage. Everybody's piling on this guy. Still, Grump's team is down 4 ships to 3. So, yeah, it's time to pour on the coal and do some damage here. Which is very often seen with the Bismarck is people tend to angle the ship. And they'll shoot the front turrets, and they'll shimmy the butt, shoot the rear turrets, shimmy the front end around again. By that time, the front turrets are ready. This guy's on fire. He's still getting battery hits, getting secondary battery hits. Scores a significant hit. You know, he's what? Lost 10, 12% of his health. And in return, he's gotten 2 kills, 30,000 damage. Hood's just out of range. See what other trouble we can get into. And you'll notice Grump is not, I mean, he's engaging at close range, but he's not pushing forward. This is the standard battle mode as opposed to domination. Somebody else just stole that kill from Grump. He had that destroyer dead to rights. So he's not worried about capping. This is all kill, no cap. So the question is, where can we go so that we're not unduly exposed? We're not facing more than one enemy at a time. Want to husband our health. Want to find somebody we can kill. Want to get close enough that the secondary batteries can do real damage. And we want to avoid exposing our broadside to somebody and getting citadeled unnecessarily. Obviously, there's an enemy warship way over on the western side, but pretty much everybody else is in the southeast. And right now, they're all pretty much concealed behind islands, but here we go. Little traffic. Enemy cruiser. I can't take a shot. He disappeared. Was that a Congo? That is a remarkably tight pattern for a German battleship. Good damage, not quite enough to finish him off. We'll close the range. And the German battleship, you know, Grump gets pretty good speed at tier 8. And try this one more time. That looks pretty good as well. Yep. Citadel for the kill. 1 Citadel, 1 penetration. More than enough to polish this guy off. Who's next? Is that a Royal Navy light cruiser? I believe it is. I believe it's the Leander. Leander's in smoke, but because he's firing, people have a pretty good idea where he is. And Grump secures the Kraken with the blind shot into the smoke. Excellent job. Well done. And a Citadel. 50,000 damage. And interestingly, I mean, Grump is not deliberately going out and picking the low-hanging fruit, but he's only done 50,000 damage, and yet he's gotten 5 kills already. And his team is doing pretty well. I mean, he's got 6 ships left on his team. There's only 3 ships left on the enemy team. It's not a gimme, but it's looking pretty good for his team right now. And he's moving to the southwest to try and get in range of these other guys. It's going to take a while for his guns to traverse, the rear turrets to traverse. The front turrets are already in range. Near full health with Grump and opponent. Grump's team has just lost a ship. Long range gunnery just gets a bounce. Grump's going to take a risk here and turn the ship a little bit more broadside on the gunnery. Meantime, the enemy is his broadside. And yeah, not a whole lot happened there. Both sides took a risk, no great payoff. But Grump is in pursuit. Little hit. Full broadside. 8 rounds. This looks pretty good. 5,000 damage. Nothing to be ashamed of there. And right now, with the Bismarck, it's just a war of attrition. He's willing to trade damage to deal damage. Neither one of them is easy shot. Switches to HE. He's hoping to set a fire. Starts a fire. And rather surprisingly, the enemy Bismarck lets it burn. Grump is vulnerable because he is something else. There's no real risk there. Hoping to get another fire going. If not, well, we'll settle for doing some damage. Enemy Chapayev up there. It's going to be a factor here in a minute. But in the meantime, we're going to just shoot the closest target. Once again, let's open to start a fire. 24 rounds went out. 4 turrets. Now, famous Germans first. Second attempt. And here comes the armor piercing. Grump is rather poorly angled. This might work. Oh, a little bit. Not too bad. Not too bad. The enemy Bismarck is clearly running away. Just a quick belly check on the Chapayev. Target. Now we're going to stick to shooting at the Bismarck. And by the way, he has done about 24,000 to that Bismarck since he secured his Kraken. The Chapayev is an incredibly tasty looking target, being absolutely broadside on. Switch over. Unfortunately, we have HE loaded and not AP, otherwise this would have been a deletion. Gun's loaded. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Turn. Shoot. Oh, look at that. Tight pattern. Still. 4 hits. Gets a fire going. There's a nice shot on the Chapayev. Notice he's reloading with AP. But we're not going to get that broadside peak performance. I don't know why. I don't know why this guy asked him to join a division this late. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. AP rounds out on the Chapayev. That looks pretty good as well. A little disappointing. Or HE comes in. Within secondary range, secondary start opening up on the chop I have. And so now we're in a position I never like to be in a battleship where you know fight a battleship and a cruiser side. And when that happens, I almost always engage the cruiser. You can get down to the top man with a city
cruiser sunk.
You can get hits on the battleship, but here's the thing: cruisers have high damage per minute. Look at all the secondary forces. Grump, use your heal. And Grump is finally using his heal and damage repair. Cruisers can have crazy DPS, but you can also kill them so much quicker. So I will almost always engage the cruiser first. Grump's doing a good job of balancing, angling the jammer and doing the shindig to get the turrets around. Oh, come on. You got a good decent angle on this guy. Just out. There we go. Good hits. I gotta turn to avoid the island. He's got a dive on the canoe, set him on fire. Unfortunately, he's got another half a minute until his damage control ability comes back. So it's just a lonesome Bismarck unspotted. Another hit from the enemy dive bomber. So he's got 2 fires burning, and he's down to a quarter health. He is in as poor a condition as the enemy Bismarck, and he's got 2 fires burning. Fortunately, damage control ability coming off cooldown very shortly. There we go, Grump. Oh, there's first round out. Not a particularly good shot. Still taking the hits from the enemy Bismarck's secondary battery.
Problem solved, sir.
Gonna turn just enough to get the shot to Lexington with all 8 guns. Nope, just a forward turret. Worried about coming around the corner and exposing the broadside. 100,000 damage done. There's the enemy Bismarck. The clock is ticking down. We're 10 seconds left. Will Grump be able to polish off the Bismarck? Rounds out. 2, 1, hits, and end of the match. Grump goes out, gets a Kraken, earns Dreadnought, close quarter expert, 106,000 damage, 66 hits, 8 plane shot down, 2 incaps, 6 kills, 4 fires, 3 citadels, 41 secondary battery hits for 7,400 XP. Incredibly, he only came in on second on the team behind a guy who didn't sink anything. Rather unusual but that was a very good game by Grump. Bismarck's a formidable ship, and a well-handled Bismarck is a formidable enemy. Picked up 7,400 XP for, and I don't think he was flying a lot of flags or anything like that. And he did real damage to all these guys, except for the Farragut that he polished off with the secondary batteries. I mean, he didn't go out and just steal a kill. And he went where his team needed him. He killed who needed to be killed. He did 39,000 to that Bismarck and didn't get to kill him. Did 11,000 to the Lexington. Grump, well done. A good game. And guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you soon.